Whitney Powell has always been the strong sister, reliable, trustworthy, but now that very commitment may destroy her. That's what's coming up on this week's book pre-review. Stay tuned. Hi, Terri Gillespie here, and welcome to book pre-review, the books I'm excited to read. And this week's episode is co-authored, and it is co-authored by two award-winning and best-selling authors. The book is Ever Constant, and it is actually book 3 of the Treasure Books of Nome. And pretty much all of the series these days could be standalone. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this. And if it's not, I'll let you know in the review. But the best-selling and award-winning authors are Tracie Peterson and Kimberley Woodhouse. Now, this book just released in January and is available in hard copy, paperback, audiobook, and eBook. And a special thanks to Net Gallion and Revell for sending me an advance reader's copy for my honest review, which will be posted. Well, more on that later. The genre is American historical romance, historical Christian romance, religious historical romance. Now, I actually met Tracie and Kimberly at various writers' conferences, the ACFW. And Kimberly, I was actually in a couple of classes with, and Tracie actually taught a couple of the classes I was in, and I absolutely adore her daughter, Jen. So, neat lady. So, I know something about these great authors, so if you want to learn something more, check out their website. Tracie is www.traciepeterson.com, and Kimberly's is www.kimberleywoodhouse.com. And those two websites popped up thanks to my incredibly talented husband. And now that they've disappeared, they haven't left the ozone. They're actually in the description section. So if you scroll down and hit that little thing that says show more, it will show you more. There will be a lot more that we're going to be talking about. So keep watching. And also be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if this is your first time to this series, thank you so much for joining us. And if you feel so disposed, we would sure appreciate it if you would subscribe and hit that red button. And when the bell comes up, be sure and click that, and you won't ever miss any of my episodes of book pre-review, book review, and author highlights, where I actually interview authors once a month. So I appreciate that. And when I say we, I also mean the authors as well, because it doesn't just help me, it really helps these authors, because the little algorithms that go on in YouTube, all those likes, comments, and shares, and all those subscribes really make a difference for them and their books as well. So here are some brief bios. First on Tracie. Tracie Peterson is an award-winning author of over 100 novels, both historical and contemporary. And I think her husband writes too. Her avid research resonates in her best-selling series, and I can attest to that. Tracie and her family make their home in Montana, which is probably one of the most beautiful states in the contiguous U.S. Kimberley Woodhouse is an award-winning best-selling author of more than 25 fiction and nonfiction books, including The Heart of Alaska and, of course, this series, The Treasures of Nome. Kim and her incredible husband of 29 plus years have 2 adult children. She loves the gift of story and is passionate about music and Bible study. So here are the publisher notes. She's always determined to be the stable, reliable one, but now her commitment may destroy her. On the surface, Whitney Powell is happy working with her sled dogs and welcoming the new additions to her family through her sister's marriages and an upcoming birth. But her life is full of complications, including an estranged father that have her on the edge of losing control. Don't we hate that? Growing up, she was the strong sister, and she can't give that up now. When villagers in outlying areas come down with a horrible sickness, Dr. Peter Cameron turns to Whitney and her dogs for help navigating the deep snow, and they become close while ministering to the sick together. Peter has long recognized her finer qualities, but is troubled by the emotions and secrets she keeps buried within. He wants to help, but wonders if she is more of a risk than his heart can take. As sickness spreads throughout Nome and another man courts Whitney, she and Peter will discover that sometimes it is only in the weakness that we can find strength. Amen to that. So you can purchase Ever Constant at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, BookBub, and ChristianBook.com, as well as local retailers and bookstores. And what do we do if it's not on the shelf? We go up and very politely ask for it. Now, my reviews are posted on applicable venues such as Amazon, BookBub, Goodreads, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, NetGalley, and ChristianBook.com. And I talked about all those links and special stuff that's in the description section. Well, there's also a link to my website. And on my website, there's some of my books as well as sample chapters and recipes from the books. And also I write a daily devotion, and I have about 600 blogs on the book of Proverbs. So if you're looking to be wiser, this might help. Also, if you could follow, subscribe, and like me on the various social media sites, that would be greatly appreciated too, and those little icons have popped up. So appreciate that. Until next week for another really great book that I'm looking forward to read, I'll say God bless and keep reading. That's right. Keep reading.